Hello, and this is a short screencast on tables in PD. Moving on from part one, and we looked at the use of the $sign. I'm just going to clear a little bit of this up now, and I'll use just the mono water sound. I don't need that anymore. I just need to play this at a certain pitch. So I will save this as TT2. So we talked about powers, and what we now need to do is to find out how to convert a linear number to a logarithmic frequency. So we need to use the power function. Well, we know that the octaves of A440 is A440, 880, an octave beneath 440 is 220. So this is not a linear division, it's obviously a multiplication. And the question we have to ask ourselves is, what number, when multiplied by itself 12 times, gives us 2? And that's the power of 2 to 1/12. So we need to figure out a way of using the expression object to give us a power of 2 to any number of 12ths. So there'll be literally 12 of them. So this is a variable divided by 12. Now you have to be quite careful here, because we need to make sure we do the power of 12 first, and the number divided by 12 first, the ratio, and then get the power figure. This is one of the basics of figuring out equal temperament, if you're interested in this. So if I now build myself a little keyboard, and this may take a short time, I will try to do this as quickly as possible. Message, 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 bang, bang. And this again, if you were building a keyboard, this is what you would do on your tablet. Are we there? Yes, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and just for perfection's sake, 12. And we get all of these into here again as quickly as possible. Obviously I could have done it. Here's one I made earlier, but you'll just have to sit with it. Maybe actually you won't have to sit with it, because you could forward fast at this point to about 30 seconds hence. So I'm predicting the future. There we go. I'll stick a number box here. This should work. Anything to the power 0. So 0 divided by 12 is 0. 2 to the power 0 is 1. And if you're interested in that question, why is anything to the power 0 1? Type that into Wikipedia and you should get some interesting answers. 2 to the power 1/12, 1.059. So gradually this number is going up till we get to 12 and we get 2. So 2 to the power 1 is 2. And that gives us a basic equal tempered scale. So if we pop that into a phasor, actually we've got a phasor here already. Just bring this down here like that. And we multiply by 44,100. We should have some speed control. Let's load a sound file, water sync, turn it on. twice as fast, twice as high. Perhaps if I'd done it with a pitch sound, it might have worked better, but I think you get the idea. So this we now would need to, this would work as a means of creating a very simple sampler. If you're working in the lab, however, you might want to use the MIDI keyboard, in which case you need to change the equation slightly to be expression, and let's say we start as a base reference A440, so we're going to times whatever we get from this equation by 440 multiplied by the power of 2 to the power. Now here we have to again be quite careful to get the precedence order, so get PD to do its maths correctly. So this will be a MIDI number now between 0 to 127. And this should then give us our ratio. So if I MIDI middle C 60, so that's a frequency of 261.6. So if we just check with the M2F function, and do 60, we get 261.6. And 440, 72, 69, is it? 440. So that's working. And we could use that to at least drive our oscillator to build us up a sampler. Or in this case, a synthesizer. So I hope you found this useful. We've looked at how to make a musical scale to drive a table to create a sampler, and we've looked at how it might work in MIDI form to give us a synthesizer.